Hello, D-Gens. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. However you're listening and watching, thank you so much. And shout out to the 229 D-Gens already subscribed. If you want to join them, help the show keep growing, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe down below. But we got some fun stuff today. Obviously, football season just ended with an unbelievable Super Bowl, and now we get to focus a little bit more on America's pastime. That's right. The MLB is coming back with pitchers and catchers reporting in a couple weeks. World Baseball Classic about to kick off. MLB has officially made some new rules. I have about 4 new rules that they will implement. They did try them out in the minors last year and for the last couple years, and some of them seem to be good, some of them seem to be bad. Let's go ahead and get into it, though, because there's a couple of stuff in here that I'm stoked on. And let's go ahead and start with that. Let's talk about the shift. Shift is dead. Thank God. The shift is dead. As a guy who has played baseball his entire life until college, essentially, no one ever played with a shift. No one. Yeah, you would tell your outfielders, shade a little bit left, shade a little bit right. He's going to pull it, he's going to push it or whatever. But nothing really with the infield. Maybe the shortstop playing a little closer to second, or the second baseman cheating over to help out if there's a bunt or something. But it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And now it's saying the new rule officially states at the time a pitch is thrown, all 4 infielders are required to be on the infield dirt or infield grass, with 2 on each side of second base. And then once the ball's hit, go ahead and move however you want to, etc., etc. This is going to be great. This is going to be great because, as we have seen last season and a bunch of pretty much all the seasons when the shift has been used, batting averages have just gone down. They've gone into the shitter. Offense has not been able to produce nearly as much, and that's because you got 5 guys on one side of second. Find the hole. You got to hit it oppo at that point, and if you're a high percentage hitter, you ain't going to hit it oppo. You ain't going to hit it off, but you're going to pull it. And so I know that a lot of players, ESPN did some interviews with some of them. They're very excited for it. I'm ecstatic. I think we're going to see a much more exciting game with runners getting on base a little bit more and, making the defense actually try. I hate to say it, but make them actually try and not rely on the other 4 people on that side of the base. Now, this is one that they've been testing and one they've been talking about for a while now. The pitch clock's coming in. The new rule states pitchers will have 15 seconds to throw a pitch with the bases empty and 20 seconds with a runner on base. Hitters will need to be in the batter's box with 8 seconds on the pitch clock. Sure. Sure, why not? They're trying to make the game faster. They're trying to make it, move along. I believe 2.5 hours, 3 hours is what they're aiming for, which is great. I think that's the appropriate time for baseball. We'll see how it goes. It worked in the minors. It's not something that anyone really complained about. It, as I'm reading right now, it brought down the game to about 3 hours and 4 minutes. 3 hours and 4 minutes, which is great. That's a perfect amount of time to be in a club. To be in a stadium, and, why not? Why not? Yeah, we're trying to cut it down. I don't see an issue with it. I don't think players are going to have an issue with it, personally. It's got to be a mixed reaction. It's got to be a mixed reaction because a lot of these players, they've been playing a long time. They're used to the flow. They're used to how they get set and their timing and everything like that. And so putting them under a clock, it'll be interesting to see how they adapt to it during spring training. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I don't think it's going to be a decline in pitching. I don't think it's going to be help out the offense any more, any less. I just think it's really to make the game shorter. And then you got this new pickoff rule. This is one rule that I really wasn't aware of that was being discussed, but it's interesting. New rule. Pickoffs are one version of a disengagement, which consists of any time the pitcher makes a pickoff attempt, fakes a pickoff, or simply steps off the rubber for any reason, as well as when the defense requests time. Pitchers are allowed 2 disengagements per plate appearance without penalty. Disengagement rule resets if a runner or runners advance a base within the same plate appearance. So essentially, you got myself up at bat. Jose Altuve is on first. Pitcher steps off once. That's one time. They step off again, and Jose takes that bag. He takes second. Then they get another 2. Again, this is more just to shorten the game, and not only that, but encourage steals. encourage steals, and that is something that has been dying in this league. Not a lot of people stealing bases lately. What was it last year? Yeah, down to 0.51 per game last season. Stolen bases per team is half a base, whereas a decade ago it was 66.66. So I mean, I'll take it. I love a good base steal. I love it. And that brings into the new one, the bigger bases. Size of the bases will increase from 15 inches to 18 inches. This is to reduce injuries and also increase stolen bases. I'm a fan of it. I really am. As someone who's been cleated in the hand too many times to count, this is good. It makes the outside, if you're stealing second or third, a lot more, appealing, instead of just that small 15 inches. And I think it's great. I do think it's great. Anything to get the offense moving, anything to create offense. Every sport, we are seeing every sport that has made rules and has adjusted the way the game is played more for the offense, to help the offense, because offense is what sells tickets, and the MLB is having a hell of a time getting any offense going. Now, yeah, we're going to have bigger bases, put a pitch count on, and then, of course, the pickoff rule. But let's go ahead and change all the balls still. Let's not talk about the balls. MLB's got to address that eventually. We got to have a consistent ball. We can't have all of these balls going around the field and around these different leagues. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's unfair. Because here I am as an Arizona Diamondbacks fan. I'm going to go to a game and we're going to get a dead ball. Screw you guys. Screw you, MLB. Honestly, I love you, though. Thanks for the sport. Another one that's been interesting, I was fascinated by this. Position players pitching. Position players pitching. And this is, any defensive player coming in and taking a couple pitches because, your bullpen is dead. You're getting blown out. You won't want to waste anyone. And so now they are putting in a new rule. It essentially says, and my screen just went blank. There we go. Teams will be limited. Previous rule allowed them to use a position player when they were down by 6 or more runs. But now we are talking about tweaking it to where the leading team would have to be up by as many as 10 or more runs, while the trailing team would have to be down by 8 or more in order to pitch a position player. They're finalizing that rule. That one has not been finalized yet. And this is the stat that really kind of, makes sense now for this. 132 last season. 132 position players got on the rubber and threw a major league pitch. And that doesn't lead to good product. That just doesn't lead to good product. And it signals to the fans of your team that you are giving up on the game. It sucks. But this rule apparently needed to be put in, as in 2017, there were 32 instances of position players pitching. And like I said last season, jumping to 132, can't have it. That's just bad baseball. Overall, this is the first time in a long time I've got some nice things to say about the MLB and Rob Manfred and what they're doing. I think the pitch clock is great. I really do. I think the pickoff is going to be a bigger rule than people understand. I really think that pickoff rule, only allowing 2 disengagements per at-bat, I think that is great. Because, how many pitchers, they're standing and they don't even get a pitch off, but they step off the mound 3 times because they're scared the guy's going to steal. Yeah, he probably will. That's part of the game. Pitch the damn ball. Bigger bases, it's going to be great for stealing. It's good. It's good. I'll admit it. It's good. Good job, MLB. Good job. You didn't screw this one up. Can't wait for pitchers and catchers to report. And what do you guys think of the new rules? What do you think of the new rules? Go ahead, drop it in the comments down below. While you're there, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Join the other 229 D-Gens helping us grow on the daily. And yeah, we'll be back later this week. We'll be getting deeper and deeper into the MLB as the season approaches. And yeah, thanks for listening and watching. I've been the Brofict one, AJ. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.